Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video for the 2025 NFL season divisional round. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Buffalo Bills going into Denver, and the, but which, by the way, going into Denver and winning has proved to be one of the hardest things to do this NFL season. Broncos have won only one game at home, and my goodness, does this defense beat off that energy at Mile High? And it is just a absolutely lethal combo. But I want to hear some of your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills going into Denver.
Yeah, so Mile High Stadium, absolutely lethal place to play, especially with that Broncos defense. But it should be worth noting that the only team in the entire NFL who went into Denver and beat them is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who Buffalo just beat in Jacksonville. So I think that bodes well for Buffalo's chances overall. They are certainly, and I say this without any sarcasm or malice, they are certainly up for a much different game than the one they just played against Jacksonville. Because Jacksonville defensively wasn't really able to contain Buffalo for much of the second half. Denver will be able to do that. And Denver is weakest where Buffalo is weakest and strongest where Buffalo is strongest. The Buffalo offense this year has really relied on James Cook and the short passing game, the short and intermediate passing game. This is not like Bills Broncos last year, where the Bills could just bomb it deep to Khalil Shakir and Gabe Davis. That will not be repeated here. And really the only question mark about a Broncos victory here for me is Bo Nix in the offense. Because they've been so spotty. They've been so hit or miss. If we look at the Broncos schedule this year, week one, that's not week. Week one, they put up 20 against the Titans. They put up 28 against the Colts in week two. They put up 20 against the Chargers in week three. And then 28, 21. But then they only put up 13 against the Jets. They put up 33 and 34 against the Giants and Cowboys. But then they only put up 18 against Houston. They only put up 10 on Thursday Night Football against the Raiders. They only put up 19 in the rematch against the Chargers in week 18. They only put up 20 on Christmas against the Chiefs. In the one home game that they lost, they put up 20 points at home against Jacksonville. This is an offense that's hit or miss, and it's concerning for me.
And when you look at the best Broncos offense performances this year, and you look at the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers, they put up 30 points and up 30 plus in both those games. Granted, almost losing to the Giants in that absolutely wild comeback. But the Packers is a much more respectable 30 bomb. The Packers defense is definitely no cloud, but they did have the benefit of being at home. And when you only have one kind of like, my bad, and that's the Dallas Cowboys game where they put up 44. When you got 3 30-point games, and one of them is against the New York Giants, and the other one is against the Cowboys before acquiring Quentin Williams. It doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence for this offense. Granted, I don't think that they're going to need it, but I will say that if Josh Allen is able to put up 30 points on this Broncos defense, which only 2 teams have been able to do so far this season, I will concede that historically I have been on the Lamar side of the Lamar and Josh Allen debate. If Josh Allen puts up 30 points this week against Denver Broncos, I may switch to the Josh Allen side of the debate, because genuinely, the Bills have no business putting up 30 points against the defense. And do I think they will? No. But I think they are going to give this defense a little bit of run for their money, but I am concerned with the Broncos offense. But I do think that the Broncos offense, with the week of rest, are going to be able to put up enough points to beat the Bills team.
Well, and it feels worth mentioning that the 3 games that you talked about, the 3 offensive masterclasses that Denver put on, all came at home. There was only 2 times this season where Denver scored 27 plus on the road. And they scored 27 at Washington, and they scored 28 at Indianapolis. Most of their atrocious offensive games came on the road. Now, they did have a couple stinkers at home. Under 20 points against the Chargers in Week 18. 10 points against the Raiders on Thursday Night Football in November. Those are their worst performances at home by a pretty considerable margin. And this team has found a way to win this year. And it's been almost entirely derived by their talent offensively or defensively, or their coaching offensively or defensively. And I think that is ultimately what is going to give Denver the edge over Buffalo in this one. Similar to Buffalo's game against Jacksonville, this game is going to be won in the trenches. Whoever can harass the opposing quarterback more, whoever can hold the opposing rusher better, is going to prevail. Buffalo already did that once. It is a much, much taller task to fly out west to Denver after being in the warm Jacksonville sun. It is a much taller task to fly out to the Mile High City and do that there in the playoffs. And the keys to Buffalo's game come on the ground. And just as they have pretty much all season.
I think unlike their win last week in Jacksonville, I don't think their passing game is going to be nearly as successful here. The Broncos are a better coach passing defense. They are a better man passing defense. However, if Buffalo is to find success, I think it's going to be on the ground using James Cook and Josh Allen both. I think they're going to have to utilize the read option in this game. Probably going to also utilize a lot of the QB power. But I just don't think that that's going to be quite enough to beat the defense. And I do think that the offense is going to be able to do enough. I've got this game marked as the Broncos winning it, 24-20. And I could see the sum total being higher or lower, but I think that the differential is going to stay about the same.
Yeah, and I've got Denver winning 22-19 at home. You know, it's if Buffalo wins this game. Now, you've already said that if Buffalo puts up 30 plus and is largely driven by their passing attack, you will give Josh Allen his credit. If Buffalo wins this game, they become my Super Bowl favorites in the AFC. Almost no matter what happens between Houston and New England. Because that is twice that they would have gone on the road and beaten a team that they had really no business beating on the road. They got their first road playoff win of the McDermott-Allen era last week. I don't see them getting number 2 this week. And I think, once again, Buffalo's Super Bowl odds get cut short by a team out west.
Yep.
That being said, I am kind of rooting for Buffalo. I don't usually root for the Bills, but, man, something about that story makes me really, really excited. If Buffalo can finally do it this year, if they can finally get over the hill, even though there's no Mahomes or Burrow or Jackson in the playoffs, if they can finally do it, they will have finally done it. And then they know they can, and it'll be interesting to see them match up against KC in the postseason next year.
As much as I am intrigued by the story of the Buffalo Bills, and you know as much as anyone, I hate the rhetoric that a superstar quarterback is all you need to be successful in the NFL, because it's just not true. There are so many numerous unsung heroes in moments in game in the background that you don't even see on the field that contribute to a team's success. So for this one, I am rooting for the Denver Broncos because Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC right now that's in the playoffs. And I really do not want to have that rhetoric supported of a superstar quarterback is all you need. Josh Allen did look at the team on his back last week and get it done late. Even though never mind. I'm going to say, even though he kind of got carries for 7 yards, Vikings were cutting guard.
Yeah, literally carry.
Well, no, literally got picked up off the ground and or in the end zone. I just don't want to see that rather supported, so for that reason, I am rooting for the Denver Broncos in this game.
Yeah. With that, another one of our playoff episodes has come to an end. If you're enjoying this, I'm really sorry to tell you this is the last one of today. 2 more will come out tomorrow, though. So fear not, there is more playoff content on the way. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Leave us a comment telling us how smart or stupid we are because you agree or disagree with us. Bills fans in particular, just fucking rip us to shreds. Tell us why we're stupid and why Josh Allen is daddy and all that good stuff. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. They're all links down in the description below. And all of them feature a video of me realizing that I'm finally free from my torment in Philadelphia. So enjoy that. Share it with your friends. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.